Hello, hello. It is Friday, April the 10th, and I get to be out in the garden today checking up on old Hank and Grover. They are a something, aren't they? Well, they were nervous and worried, as you remember. Uh, this is some kind of clue that might blow the case wide open. No, I meant nothing. Forget it. This promises to be a very dangerous mission. Is the point that I would have nothing to do with beds or rose bushes. I know there was a high risk that we would never come back alive. Might as well say it out blunt. How are you? But that's what cow dogs do. We live our lives as long as we can, and then we go down fighting for the ranch. That's what the cowboys do too. Was I nervous? Scared? Not even a little. Okay, maybe I was just a tad nervous. Maybe even scared. Who wouldn't have been scared? You saw that horrible monster, right? It was not only enormous and disguised as a road grader, it was also wearing a coat of armored steel plate. Could our Barcalasers penetrate that steel plating? Would our Fang missiles be strong enough to disable the huge tires? Fang missiles. Those were the questions that filled my mind, and as I struggled to prepare myself for the coming battle, unfortunately, we had no answers. And the questions had no answers, or something like that. Anyways, we crept forward, moving on paws that made not a sound. 30 liters north of the house, I halted the column. Typically, Drover ran smack into me because he wasn't paying attention. He does it every time. I scouted the terrapin ahead, the terrapins, shall we say. Terrapins are turtles, don't you see, and have nothing to do with, well, never mind. I scouted and so forth, and suddenly realized that the road monster had gone to the house, as you might have expected, but had gone instead to the machine shed. Do you see the meaning of this? I didn't. I find it confusing. I mean, why would a monster, once again, we didn't have any answers, but we would soon find out. Since we were observing strict radio silence, I gave Drover hand signals to indicate that we would now move toward the machine shed. You won't believe this, I guess the little stoop thought I was, waving at him or something, so he grinned and waved back. Oh, that's funny. I dropped my voice to a whisper. What are you doing? Well, I thought you were waving at me. No, I was not. I was giving you the secret hand signals. Well, I'll be darned. What do they mean? Drover, yeah, I have to tell you what they mean. There's no point in giving them. Now, see if you can't catch this photo, this picture here. Huh? I flashed him the signals again. Now try to concentrate. He rolled his eyes and appeared to be concentrating. Well, let's see here. You said it's time for a nice long nap? The air hissed out of my lungs. My eyelids sank. All at once I felt as though I had been buried under a mountain of Drover. Just forget the hand signals. We're moving our troops down to the machine shed. Prepare for combat. You know, Hank, this old leg of mine. Let's go, soldier. Be brave. Don't hold anything back. Help! And with that, we went charging down the hill. I took the head and lead, of course, and hoped that Drover would be right behind me, guarding our rears and flanks. As you'll soon find out, he wasn't. I burst upon the scene and laid down a withering barrage of spray barking, which is the technique we use when we're not exactly sure what or whom we're barking at. It was our classic battlefield situation, the air filled with smoke and dust, bombs going off all around us, the deafening roar of gunfire, soldiers and enemy agents yelling and running in all directions, the whine of incoming mortar shells overhead. Boy, what a scene. Up ahead of us, through the dust and the smoke, I saw the hulking road monster. It was standing or sitting, it is hard to say which. It was standing or sitting right in front of the machine shed, preparing to, we don't know what it was going to do. Maybe it had gotten the crazy idea that it could bust into the machine shed, steal all of our dog food, or maybe it planned to, well, to eat tools or something. Over the sounds of battle, I yelled, "Okay, Drover, there he is. Go for the tires. Let's see if you can..." You know, Hank, that thing's bigger than I thought. And zoom! You won't believe this. I heard a rush of wind and saw a streak of white, and I caught a glimpse of my assistant as he scampered into the machine shed. Drover, get yourself out here. Stand your ground. That is a direct order. But it was already too late. The little weenie had left me alone on the field of battle, and now I had to face the monster by myself, without help or without backup. Huh? 3 men standing in front of the machine shed doors. They were grinning. Who were those guys, and where had they... I went to full air brakes and shut everything down. Through the clouds of smoke and dust, I saw. Okay, we can call off the code 3. Just relax for a minute while you probably thought we were going into a serious combat situation against that huge road monster, right? Ha ha! There for a second or two, I'd thought so myself. I mean, in the heat of battle, we sometimes get faulty readings on our... Well, when that huge thing had been coming straight at us, it had looked very much like a huge, enormous... What? Oh, gosh. I'm so happy to be a farmer today and not a ranch dog. I love you. I hope you have a fun weekend. I hope Easter is what you want it to be. I hope you are kind to other people and good-natured. Help everybody out. Be a solid citizen. I love you.